Alright, viewers, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be going over the Republic Bricks Acclamator. So this is the grayed out version. He has two versions, a grayed out version and a classic version. This is, of course, the first one, the grayed out version. And so we're just going to go ahead and jump on in. And this set has 1,296 pieces. It was designed by Dave's Customs, and the specific model retails for $400. It is currently out of stock on the site, but if you're a member of his Republic Bricks membership, you can request it in the Discord channel in the appropriate one. And if you have any questions, just at me in Discord and I'll link you to the channel. But yeah, so moving on to the piece thing. So a couple things to brush over, but starting off, just to put that out there, I did not get this directly from Public Bricks. I got it from a secondary source. So take everything with a grain of salt, as it might have been all over Public Bricks, and it might not have. One thing to point out, which I do know from the source, is that when he got it, a lot of these larger panels you see on the ship were missing. Don't recall exactly which panels they were, but some of these larger ones used for the base, as well as these flaps here, were missing, and he ended up buying on his own. So some of those are a reflection of the Bricklink store he bought them from, but also something that apparently plagued that initial wave of these acclamators, because there are several other people that also reported the same problem. Moving on into the design aspect of the model, it does have some very cool characteristics as far as getting to accessing the interior. You just remove these panels, and I'll go ahead and remove this figure real quick, and just pull them up and it goes down, much like the Lego version of the Resurgent class Star Destroyer seen in the sequels. It just folds down with the greebling here, and then the flaps that fold up onto either side of them just come back on around. And then something else, so more or less just a Technic frame with the panels around it to create the shaping, leaving plenty of room for the interior space inside, which we'll get more into in a minute. One other thing that's really needs to be pointed out that I saw in the model is on this front section where it connects to the front. This plate at the bottom that creates the floor of the interior model is not secured very well. As you can see here, it's moving. It's supposed to be secured to a piece right here that goes down and underneath it, but it does not like to stay that way very long, and especially if you have this front part off a ledge, it will come apart pretty easily. But aside from that, it's pretty good. It does move around to the back. It has this central fin in the back that's attached via Technic. These engines that are done pretty well, and are also attached by Technic. There's a couple markings you can see on the engine there. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it for the design. It has these flaps, like I had mentioned, fold up and around, and then also off. This bridge area is secured by Technic pins, which you can actually take off, which I'll go ahead and do real quick just to show you. So I went ahead and removed the command superstructure off the top. It would have been right here and is now here on the left on the table, as you can see. And doing that allows a better picture of the interior. Looking on this left side here, you can see under where the superstructure would have been, this little barracks area with the 3 bunks in here, as well as some weapons depot of some kind. I actually had some of this fall apart on me while I was taking superstructure off, which was not very easy. It took about 15 or so minutes for me to remove the superstructure. So not the easiest thing to do, definitely not something I would suggest doing unless you just really want a better picture of this from here. You see down there, it does have right there a computer screen, as well as this back over here. And that brings us back up to the front, where you can see what is, I'd assume, is supposed to be a command area of some sorts, with the table back here for briefing, and then just an open area. Not really sure what it really would be used for, to be honest, but Anyway, it is there nonetheless. That is the interior of the ship. It does have one thing hidden in the back. In the middle of the superstructure here in the back, it has this piece you could pull out to reveal what I would assume would be more missiles, or nonetheless maybe an engine or reactor of some sort. But that's pretty cool, I thought. And you just remove it there. And then that's pretty much it for that. Apart from panels, as you already mentioned. And it does not have landing gear, although we do see it landed in both the movies and the TV series, but it is not included here on the set. Next up, typically would be the instruction view, but this model was shipped to me already built, so I have not even seen the instructions for this model. But given that they came from Dave's Customs, I'm sure they were of top quality, and they would have no problems navigating them or anything of the sort. So, like I said, just to reiterate, I have not seen the instructions, but however, I would presume, given the quality of the designer, that they are very good. That brings us to our next topic of accuracy compared to the in-universe design. And generally speaking, it was pretty good. There's a couple things with it that did need to be improved on, in my opinion. So I'll go ahead and touch on those just a little bit. One of those being that the ship itself is a little taller than it should have been as far as just the main body of it. And that was, in my opinion, to allow for the insertion of the interior, and is not too uncommon from these playset ships as I've seen, be it from Lego or independent sellers or resellers, if you'd rather that. One thing that I did notice was this command bridge was a little shorter. As far as this piece right here should have been taller, about twice the height of the actual bridge itself, which, as you can see here, is a little over the same height, just by a plate or so. So that was a couple things I had seen. Nothing too big, really, nothing too major. You could still tell it's an Acclamator, so that's always good. But yeah, so pretty good, just those couple things. But like I said, my opinion, that was to accommodate for the play functions as well, including the interior space. So personal opinion, not really an issue, and looks great. Finishing that up, that brings us to my favorite part of the video, whether we discuss Minifig Scale. And so just to get it out of the way, and it should be to most people relatively obvious, but no, it is not Minifig Scale. So just to go ahead and give you the calculations real quick, the in-universe length of the model is roughly 2,467.19 feet long, which more or less just means it's long. I mean, basically, it's oddly specific for a ship, but that's about how long we got, making the Minifig Scale roughly 61.68 feet, or if you prefer inches, 740.16 inches long. As which you can probably tell, this is nowhere near that, and comes out to just about 22.5 inches long in total length. So, as you can tell, definitely not Minifig Scale, but that was not the purpose of the model, and personally, I don't think a Minifig Scale Acclamator in general would be desirable to a lot of people. There are obviously super fans out there that would. And for instance, there's someone working on a Minifig Scale Star Destroyer, Imperial Star Destroyer, called the 8th Fleet Project. You found him on Instagram. But and not really too many people interested in Minifig Scale capital ships, aside from, like I said, the super fans that want something to see, and of which those are not exactly within the price range of most fans anyway. So, to sum that up, no, it is not a Minifig Scale, and it is not even close. Going in to wrap it up here, would I recommend it to friends or family? So, simple answer, personally, no, but in general, it's just because I'm not too big a fan of the Acclamator ship design, which is kind of odd because my favorite things about Star Wars are the naval ships. So, but I just personally am not too big a fan of the Acclamator design. Mostly, in my opinion, probably due to its function. It is not really designed for heavy ship-to-ship combat. It can perform that role, however, it is not very effective in it, and it's more of a carrier, troop carrier. So, if you do like the model though, the Acclamator that is, this is a very good set, very good representation. It is more of a play set in function than an accurate design, as far as perfectionism will go, but it is a very good ship overall. Something that if you do like the Acclamator, I would definitely recommend getting. And like I said, it does have two different variants. This is actually the more expensive one of the all gray one. The classic one is a little cheaper, and as of the recording of this video, it was actually on sale. The classic variant was, and in stock. Well, this one here is out of stock. So that's just my recommendations there. And that does wrap up the video. So if you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with your friends. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And speaking of subscribing, I do have a giveaway out. If you see my Instagram, you see there. Currently only have 4 people signed up for the giveaway. And so that will, if no one else signs up, make it pretty easy for me to do that. But as I stated on the Instagram, I will be doing the giveaway, choosing a winner at 500 subscribers on YouTube, as well as 500 followers on Instagram. So once both of those counts hit 500 respectively, then we'll be doing the giveaway. And then again, once they hit 750. And as of the recording of this video, we're at 305, so a little under 200 away from that first milestone to get there to that first one. So if you're interested, go ahead and go check that post and subscribe, share with anyone you know, and we'll get there sooner than later. Alright, it's been a fun day, a good video, and I will see you all next time.